Well, 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 would you look at that? Steam doing the cool thing that is the opposite of the thing that all of the trash corpo companies are doing. As they're laying off their artists and all of their people and replacing them with AI, Valve is hiring more artists and new job listings. Hey, maybe I can apply. I'm pretty good at art, I'd say. I'm not. But maybe. I'm better than the leftist freaks.
And finance department, while also getting rid of one of their job listings for Valve now has new job listings for their art and finance department, while also getting rid of one of their job listings for hardware. Unlike other companies facing mass layoffs, Valve keeps its team small, around 300 people, which helps them stay super profitable and always on the lookout for top talent. This has made Valve one of the most profitable and successful companies ever.
And dude, everybody's like actively against Valve, and they're always got problems with Valve, and Valve's always shutting them all down, and they still, time after time, more successful than they'll ever be. Just because everybody knows them as being awesome. Everybody loves Steam. Steam is great. Gabe is like the god of gaming at this point.
So although Valve is always hiring with open job listings listed on their site, what we are looking at are new job listings that were not there just a few days ago. Around July 3rd to July 4th, Valve posted this new listing called—
Bro, while everybody's laying people off, Valve's like, you know what? We'll take some of those people that you're laying off. We'll take the best of the best. It's so good, so good. I love it. Microsoft's going to lay off 9,000 people, and Valve's just like, you know what? We're hiring.
Called Senior 3D Environment Artist, full-time, multiple positions. This isn't just their standard listing, as this one specifically states they are looking for multiple. So what exactly would this Senior 3D Environment Artist do? Basically, they'd be the masterminds behind the look and feel of game worlds. Think designing the detailed buildings, epic landscapes, and cool props you see in games, making sure they fit the story and run smoothly. You would be creating prototypes and mock-ups in the early stages of production. Use computer software to design and sculpt the 3D backdrop where characters, vehicles, weapons, objects, and other elements operate and interact. Map out and create scenery elements and props that help drive and support the game's story, and much more. They list the requirements for the job, which includes a master's degree in 3D animation and a—
I don't even think that it requires that. Honestly, if you're good enough, I don't think they give a shit about where you went to college, what you got a degree in.
Years working as a 3D animator. And thanks to a new Washington law, Valve has to reveal the salary range for this role.
That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money.
We are talking a starting salary of around $200,000 to $350,000 before all the benefits Valve offers. Now, why does this matter so much? Well, when Valve posts new jobs, especially for multiple senior positions like this, it screams a big investment. While they are always hiring, which you can see on their website, this isn't just replacing someone who retired after 20 years.
They're like actively creating new jobs. They got new things going on, and they're not just going to use AI because AI generates slop. There's no heart and soul in it. That's just a tool so you can cut corners. Because as soon as you let people start using AI, doesn't matter if you got good intentions. There are some people in it just for the fact that it's a job. And they're going to cut corners and do what they can to not have to do as much work.
Hiring a bunch of senior artists at once points to a massive need for creating new game worlds. This means Valve isn't just brainstorming ideas. They could be deep into the actual building phase of a game. Or
Half-Life 3? Half-Life 3? Maybe?
Or maybe
Probably
even
not.
multiple big projects. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, Half-Life 3, but here's
that's it. I'm guilty.
why that's probably not the case. If a game like Half-Life 3 is already playable from beginning to end, the heavy lifting for environmental artists would largely be finished. Plus, the job listing itself specifically says they'd be working on early stages of production.
Unless they really just haven't started on Half-Life 3. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's almost done.
So this strongly points to Valve gearing up for a different, brand new project.
Left 4 Dead 3? I know that's not brand new, but Left 4 Dead 3, come on. Portal 3?
Although you could argue this might be Valve gearing up for a final art pass, just trying to get a few more artists to make sure Half-Life 3 is polished. Now what could be a bit more likely is that these positions would be for Deadlock, as it is still seen to be in an early development status. Of course, Valve has a flat structure with no real boss other than Gabe Newell, where you can literally work wherever you want with wheels on your desk. We won't really know for sure what projects these new jobs are for, unless you apply and get hired there yourself. Valve,
dude, yeah, they have a really cool culture of, hey, you got a good idea? Yeah, work on it. Sure.
even posted a new listing for their finance department called Outbound Royalty Payments Professional. This job is all about making sure that game developers and publishers get paid correctly and on time for their games sold on Steam. Essentially, you're the person who makes sure the money flows smoothly from Steam to the creator.
Yeah, they want more people to feel good about posting their games on Steam so they get more good games on Steam. And Steam dominates. Exactly because of things like that. It's just overall a good platform.
Creators of the games. As well, as this is a new job listing, Valve has shared the estimated salary range at $150,000 to $200,000 depending on experience. Now, while I was checking for new listings, I've realized they even got rid of one from their hardware department. This position was the thermal engineer. A thermal engineer at Valve designs and tests cooling systems for their new gaming hardware. They use computer models and real-world experiments to make sure the devices don't overheat, allowing them to perform at their best, by ensuring the hardware runs smoothly and efficiently. And while it seems like this job was posted within the first weeks of May, and then removed by early June, it shows that Valve might have found their expert for a specific hardware project, like maybe the Deckard VR headset.
Dude, I don't think that Steam, Valve, is as big as they've got, like, they're gonna get yet. I think they're gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but, like, I can see where this goes. I can see where Valve is going with all of this. Like, I can definitely see a path that leads to them absolutely dominating because they're fucking awesome. I mean, they're not perfect. Obviously, they got the CSGO stuff and, like, all the gambling and whatnot, third-party stuff that's outside of Valve that they can't really control, but they kind of can if they just didn't have the microtransactions. But also, I don't think they'd be as awesome as they were without CSGO's microtransactions and the gambling culture around it. So really, you know, I don't know. Hopefully that becomes, like, not a thing that they have to do in the future.
Or the new Fremont console. Both of those would definitely need
new console. That'd be fucking awesome. If they have an operating system for PCs, a handheld PC, and a console, all they'll need is a phone. Then they'll have the entire fucking spectrum.
Cutting edge cooling to handle powerful parts without turning into a toaster.
And honestly, with how they treat the consumers, I'd get a Steam phone.
Feel free to make your own theories on these new job listings below. Of course, Valve is always hiring, but these ones specifically are new. So it looks like Valve needs some extra hands.
Yep. I think it's a really good sign. While everybody's doing layoffs, they're still hiring. Isn't that crazy? Funny how that works.